Once there lived a poor woodcutter who had 3 daughters. He loved them dearly, but his work in the jungle was dangerous and tiring. One fateful day, the woodcutter ventured into the forest and did not return home. Concerned, his eldest daughter decided to go into the jungle to find him. The eldest daughter ventured deep into the forest, calling out for her father. As night fell, she lost her way and was surrounded by darkness. Suddenly, she noticed a golden light blinking through the trees. Following the light, she arrived at a small, mysterious cottage. An old man with a long white beard sat outside, surrounded by birds and rabbits. The old man nodded and said, "You may rest here. Inside the kitchen, you'll find food. Cook, eat, and make yourself comfortable. But remember to care for my animals." The girl entered the cottage, cooked a meal, and served herself and the old man. Exhausted, she forgot to feed the animals and went straight to sleep. The next morning, she awoke in complete darkness. The old man's voice echoed around her. "You have no kindness in your heart for the creatures of this world. You shall remain in darkness until you learn compassion." Back in the village, the woodcutter's second daughter grew worried when neither her father nor her sister returned. She decided to go into the jungle to find them. She, too, got lost as night fell and spotted the same golden light. Like her sister, she arrived at the old man's cottage and was given the same instructions. The middle daughter cooked and served food for herself and the old man, but she also ignored the animals. She thought, "They are just creatures. They can fend for themselves." She went to bed without feeding them and woke up in the same darkness, trapped like her sister. The youngest daughter, filled with anxiety for her family, bravely entered the forest. As darkness descended, she followed the golden light to the old man's cottage. When she arrived, the old man gave her the same instructions. Unlike her sisters, the youngest daughter was kind and thoughtful. She cooked a meal, served the old man, and made sure to feed every bird and rabbit before eating. She played with the animals and spoke to them gently. Afterward, she went to bed. In the middle of the night, she was awakened by the sound of shattering glass and rumbling, as though the house itself was breaking apart. She was terrified but stayed calm. The noise stopped, and she fell back asleep. When the youngest daughter awoke, she found herself in a magnificent palace. She lay on a luxurious bed surrounded by maids holding trays of jewels and fine dresses. The old man was no longer old. He had transformed into a handsome prince. He smiled warmly and said, "I was cursed by a wicked witch to live as an old man in the forest, and my kingdom was turned into animals. The curse would only break when someone kind and selfless cared for my people. You, with your compassionate heart, have freed us." The prince proposed to the youngest daughter, who accepted with joy. As a reward for her kindness, the prince also freed her sisters from the dark room and sent soldiers to rescue her father, who had been trapped in a hunter's net. The family was reunited. The youngest daughter married the prince and became the queen of the now-restored kingdom. Her sisters learned the value of kindness and humility, and the woodcutter lived the rest of his days in comfort, surrounded by love. The animals, once cursed, thrived in the peaceful kingdom, and the golden light of the palace shone brightly, a symbol of the youngest daughter's pure heart.